So it looks like Nick Cannon might have some regrets about having 12 plus children with multiple different mothers, now saying that he probably should have healed after his divorce from Mariah Carey. So whose fault is it? Mariah Carey's fault?
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I don't think any of us are surprised that Nick Cannon is now backpedaling on his big proclamation that he's the man of love and he can provide for all of these children in multiple homes across the country. No one is shocked. So this is what he said in a recent interview at the Breakfast Club.
Do you think having all those kids was a response to your trauma?
Yeah, 100. Now I'm learning.
So Charlamagne asked Nick Cannon, do you think having all those kids was a response to the trauma that he has gone through?
Now, yeah, and it wasn't like I was acting out. It was more of being careless, being frivolous with my process because I could do it, because I had the money, because I had the access.
Had the money? Are we saying the money is drying up because of you having all these children? Just asking. I don't want to read between the lines, but just notice that.
Whoever and however I wanted to move, and okay, they coming at me, they asking me, opposed to like doing the mature thing and saying, hey, well,
they're asking me. And I don't think any of us are surprised that after it started to become a trend with him that he was having multiple children with different women after he got married to Mariah Carey, had 2 babies with Mariah Carey, got divorced from Mariah Carey. Then all of a sudden this situation started happening that women probably were in his DMs. I want to be your next baby mama. Because they're probably also thinking in some respect, oh, this is a multimillionaire. This is financial security for me and my future child. And he's like, I'm all about it.
It probably makes more sense to do this. And then obviously life happens as well. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go have 12 kids. It was more about like, yo, I'm gonna just live life and have fun, and whatever happens, I can handle it. When it probably, being almost 45 now, I can sit back and be like, yeah, if I would have thought the process through a little bit more and took time.
And here's the thing, when he started to do all of this, people were saying this on social media. It's not even just about having the ability to pay for all the kids that you're about to have. It's about being a present parent, being actually there. And everyone had said, it's impossible, no matter how much money you have, if you have 12 kids by multiple different mothers, you can't possibly emotionally and physically be present for those children. People warned him before he had all of these children. When we started seeing multiple kids, we were like, oh, Nick, I don't care that you can afford it. You could do what you want with your body and whatever you want with your life. But you also are going to be affecting these children in their future. We thought it would be the children later on coming out and saying, this was traumatizing to me that my father wasn't 100% there because he had multiple children around the world. I mean, I'm assuming around the world, but around the country. But he's now, as these kids are growing up and they're quite young, and God only knows that they see this interview, and I know he's not saying he regrets having the kids, but there feels like there's a level of regret and irresponsibility in what he was doing. And I know what some of you are thinking, well, he wouldn't be the first. He's just probably the first to talk about it and probably the first in regards to social media, because there are some celebrities from yesteryear, some that are no longer with us, that have tons of children around the world by multiple different women.
To actually do the inner work, things might have been a little different in certain scenarios.
You wouldn't have 12 kids.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing, because and I've always said this, every child that I had was made out of love, and they were strong.
Pause. Don't sit here and lie to us. All of these children were made out of love. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Maybe the children you had with Mariah Carey and maybe with, I don't remember her name, is like the first baby's mother. I mean, after Mariah Carey, that he had known for a long time. Maybe that was born out of love. But all these random women that you ended up having babies within a short period of time, you're telling me you are in love with these other women. Come on, because I think he's saying this because it sounds nice. Very much back then when people were criticizing him for having all these babies, he made all these kind of flowery statements about, I don't believe in, normal, blah, 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 blah. He came up with all of these different excuses back then as to why he was doing this. And now, I don't regret having these kids because they were all made out of love. Sir, which love? LOVE or LUV? Or something else?
Relationships. It's just, if I would have did the work and the healing after getting divorced, I probably would have took my time and a lot of other.
Is he blaming Mariah Carey? Okay, look, I'm being facetious when I say that. Yes, and I'm sure anyone that's ever been through a bad relationship or a divorce, you rebound and you do all kinds of things. I'm trying to remember. After he got divorced, when was the first kid? I could literally probably Google schmoogle that. But I don't know if I necessarily 100% believe Nick Cannon that this was a trauma response after his divorce. There are plenty of people that go through divorces, and everyone reacts to things very differently. But there are plenty of people that go through divorces that don't do what he did in regards to this. It sounds like, if I want to be honest with you, come on, can we have the real conversation? It sounds like you are trying to add sugar and flowers and spice to you just being a very typical man that just wants to go out there and just have sex with everything and anyone, but wants to be like, oh well, I can afford it. I could take care of them. Well, that's the difference between you and maybe someone that can't take care of them. But is there much of a difference? I'm asking questions. I look.
Scenarios. And for whatever reason, I thought that was the answer a lot of times. It was like, oh, well, I'm gonna figure it out over here. Opposed to like, yo, now you're leaving trauma every step of the way instead of, fixing it from its origin and then being able to present itself. But then like concepts like monogamy and stuff like that, I still feel the same way about that. I was going to ask
you, has your view on that changed then?
Nah, not really. Not for me, and that, again, that's the work of, whether you want to go back to like Freud's process of like my childhood and my upbringing. I grew up in a very unorthodox situation.
Explain that.
Household. So I've always understood that, love happens differently. So monogamy has never really been my thing, but so that I'm pretty sure.
Did you tell that to Mariah when you were in a relationship with her and marriage with her?
That plays a part of it as well too.
So you think having all those kids was a response to your trauma?
Yeah, 100.
Okay. So in other Mariah Carey related news, well, here's the thing. And again, I'm not surprised that he's having this reaction now, because now the kids are getting older. The kids he has with Mariah, they're teenagers now. I'm thinking now he's starting to see like, oh shoot, I can't be here for that. This kid is expressing, I want you here for this. And a lot of people warn Nick after the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, now 12 children later. People warned him. People from social media, I'm sure people in his own life warned him. Yes, you might have the financial means to be there for children. However, that doesn't make you a good father. That makes you a sperm donor. To make yourself a good father, I'm not saying that he's not a good father, but it's definitely hard to be a good father when you are spread so thin. And you have to also keep in mind, Nick Cannon has had health issues. I remember there was like a conspiracy theory that he was doing this because he had this particular disease and he was doing this for that reason. only for us to come to find out in 2025, no, he was just being irresponsible and responding to his trauma. Shocker. But speaking of Mariah Carey's ex, Mariah Carey announced earlier today it's almost time. First of all, I'm excited for Mariah Carey's new album that's coming out soon. But you also know Mariah Carey has her season's coming. Christmas is coming. So she announced earlier today that instead of touring around this damn country, she is going to do a Las Vegas residency, which makes complete sense. I don't even know why she's even working, but God bless her. She's giving back to the Lambly. She announced Christmas time in Las Vegas from November 28th to December 13th. She'll be at Dolby Live at Park MGM, captioning the announcement saying, excited to bring Christmas to the Dolby Live at Park MGM in Vegas. Tickets go on sale this Saturday, September 20th at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST. I had to end this off with at least some good news. And I heard her song Here for It All, the title track from her new project. She did like a little live, not live, but like a post on social media of her performing it. And I'm here for this. I'm here for the classic Mariah. That's what it sounds like, this song. So I can't imagine having a baby's father or an ex that now has made you have to co-parent with all of these different women. Maybe, Mariah, you should speak to the Marleys and see how they do it.
Move, your dirty blood clot, you bad-minded witch of your wicked demonic serpent, you.
Anyways, guys, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now. Here we go.